Hi there, Dr. Gary here on the road. We sell dental practices nationwide. We are dental practice brokers. So, I was a dentist for 25 years and now doing this for 14 years. So give us a ring. Be happy to chat with you. Our phone number is 201-663-0935 and our website is dentalpracticeguide.com or nationwidedentalpracticebrokers.com. Give us a ring. We're here to help you. Okay? The information you're about to hear is for entertainment purposes only. It's not legal or business advice. Our phone number is 201-663-0935. Website dentalpracticeguide.com or nationwidedentalpracticebrokers.com. So, today's topic is, why is it that some banks can make a decision with only partial information, whereas others are like conservative and impossible to get a decision out of unless they have every single document? We'll talk about that. Now, if you're thinking about selling to a DSO, please give us a call because we know who they are. We work with them all the time. We're not engaged by them. We're not their employees, but we'll bring them on. They'll often pay our commission. So generally, there's no commission to the seller. But we'll bring them in, and we'll work with them if we think they're a good match for you. The DSO world is changing, so you got to be with the best people. Now, so they'll pay our commission. Often, when you work with us, we'll get your legal fees reimbursed at closing. Essentially, you'll get a credit at closing. You can use the funds for whatever you want, but you'll get a credit at closing. And all you have to do is go to the closing table. We'll get those fees reimbursed to you. But anyway, we have a situation now where one bank has most of the information they need. The other bank has like 80%. But they are like, if you don't fit every single box of what they need, they have no flexibility. For example, we have a profile sheet that explains everything about the practice on one sheet of paper. Okay? It goes over the last couple years' income. It goes over how many staff members there are. It reviews what the hours are, the computer system, what the rent is. It goes over everything. Okay? And it is very comprehensive. So for one piece of paper, you get a complete profile. Well, the one bank has their own profile sheet. It's slightly different than ours. But they insist their sheet must be filled out. We say to the salesman, hey, you have 90% of what you want. You don't need everything. Just take our sheet, copy it onto yours, and you're all set. No, they just want to be kidding, hit the form button, F3, or whatever it is, that they need that form filled out, or else they're not going forward. Well, meanwhile, the other bank is hustling. They have like 80% of what they need, and they're producing results and giving doctors offers. What is it about some of these banks? You have to go to a few different banks. You got to go to dental banks. Don't go to non-dental banks because you'll mix yourself up. But that's how the system works, okay? You've got to go with banks that have flexibility, banks that understand the system, the process, etc. And maybe they only have 85% of the paperwork they need, but they can make a decision, and then they'll gather the rest of it through due diligence. And these are the kind of banks you have to work with. Bank gives you a hard time, flip over to another bank, a bank that can work with partial information, and they can function with that, okay? So be aware of that. We try to guide you accordingly. We don't care what bank you use, but we hope you're going to use one of the dental banks because they know what they're doing. One of the largest banks in the United States does not know what they're doing with dental loans. They don't have a platform from it. They don't do it often enough. But they're the richest bank in the country. You will think, well, look, they got all the money. They must know. Not necessarily. So be aware of that. You've got to check into a couple banks. We try to recommend some banks when we get we get a deal together, one for the buyer, one for the seller, and we want you to be happy. We want the deal to go through. That's why dental banks are essential. But some of these banks they're just, you don't fill their slot with the information they need. That's it. They're not going any further. They're just like dead in the water, excuse me. And they don't do anything. So you flip over to the other bank. But they can sometimes get by with less information than the others. And don't get frustrated over this process, okay? Or get anything that's slowing up the deal, try to circumvent it. And you will be fine. It will work out, all right? We got a bunch more videos coming. Hit the subscribe button so you're alerted when the new ones come out. We're going to be approaching 500. I think we're at 450, 460 now. We want to get to 500 eventually, and then hit the big one. Then we go to 1,000. Could you imagine? Dr. Gary does 1,000 videos. When I hit 1,000, I'm definitely taking off and doing some partying. I think a cruise will be in order. Invite all my college buddies. We're gonna have a great time. So thank you for listening. Hit the subscribe button. Away we go. We got some beautiful warm weather. Going to be beaching it this weekend, even though it's only the beginning of May. It's beach time. Got to get ready for Jersey Shore Memorial Day weekend. No place like it. I'm telling you, you could travel anywhere in the world, but for 3 months, January, February, June, July, August, at the Jersey Shore, it's the way to go. Come on down. We'll have a cocktail. Come and give me a ring. Bye now.